Old things never really go out of style, especially when it comes to your garden. Imagine rusty watering cans, chipped clay pots, or weathered wooden benches, adding charm and character just as much as new store-bought decorations ever could. Why settle for uninspired decorations from big box stores? With a little creativity, everyday items can transform your outdoor space. Try hanging lanterns, stacking old crates, or planting herbs in tin buckets for your rustic farmhouse garden decor. Small touches can turn any garden into a warm countryside escape. Wind chimes from old tin cans and beads add character to any outdoor space. Scrub the cans clean, paint with weather-resistant colors, and string them with bright beads. Hang them near your favorite plant for gentle music when the wind picks up. Who knew trash could make your garden sing? This DIY costs almost nothing, and your hands do the heavy lifting. But be realistic. If you live somewhere gusty, your neighbors might learn to hate them. Choose sturdy string and secure knots so you aren't hunting for runaway beads after every storm. A little trial and error keeps things fun. Imagine strolling past an old ladder, propped against a fence, blooming with pots of bright petunias and fragrant herbs. Weathered wood adds charm, hinting at stories from days gone by. Simply hang buckets or clay pots on the rungs. You'll gain garden space without spending much. Be mindful, though, old wood can splinter or break if overloaded. Check its sturdiness before use, perhaps adding a quick sanding for safety. This setup isn't ideal for heavy ceramic planters. Still, with a little creativity, that tired ladder finds new meaning, thriving as part plant stand, part conversation starter. Few things add cozy charm like mason jar lanterns suspended from tree branches or a simple fence post. Place tea lights inside, and you've got warm, glowing accents for evening gatherings. The gentle flicker draws people in, while the humble jars keep costs low. No need for expensive lighting fixtures. But be honest, wind can snuff out those little candles. Try placing the jars in less breezy spots or use flameless LED tea lights. This simple tweak sidesteps both safety concerns and disappointment. Inexpensive, functional, and beautiful, these lanterns offer a quick update with serious backyard appeal. Turn an old wooden pallet into a stunning flower wall. It's cheap, easy, and you can use scraps from almost anywhere. Paint or stain for a quick facelift, then pop in terracotta pots or hang metal pails. The possibilities are endless, and so is the satisfaction. Not everything about pallet walls is sunshine and roses. Beware of untreated wood. It can rot or attract bugs. A weatherproof seal helps, but nothing lasts forever outdoors. Still, even a worn-out pallet tells a good story, and sometimes a little imperfection adds just the right touch. An old galvanized washtub brimming with wildflowers adds instant country charm. You don't need a green thumb. A few simple holes for drainage and regular watering suffice. These tubs make even common daisies look fantastic. Why not place one near your front step and catch your neighbor's envy? While this idea brings whimsy and color, beware rust over time. A quick coat of clear sealant can help. Wildflowers are resilient, but check your local varieties. Some can spread aggressively. Stick to a curated mix for a look that's both natural and manageable. A vintage watering can perched above your flower bed adds a burst of nostalgia. Threading warm string lights through the spout simulates a gleaming flow of water. As dusk approaches, the gentle glow draws eyes and warms the mood in your space. It's easy, affordable, and conversation-worthy. Some might worry this look borders on kitsch, but balance is possible. Keep the rest of the decor understated, simple planters, muted hues. Experiment with solar-powered bulbs. Imagine explaining to a visitor, yes, my flowers grow by light instead of water, next-level gardening. Let your creativity steal the show. Picture driftwood arranged into archways or animal forms, then watch morning glories or jasmine twist around the weathered wood. This blend brings the charm of coastlines right to your plot. Simple materials, striking results. Reclaimed driftwood is cheap or free, and even broken branches create quirk and character. Some confess driftwood's irregular shape frustrates them. It never sits still. Tip: place heavy stones at the base or plant dense perennials nearby to steady it. You don't need to be an artist. Even a pile of tangled vines and old wood catches the eye more than plastic flamingos ever could. Ever thought an old window frame could freshen up your garden? Paint it, add a mirror behind the panes, and hang it on a fence. Suddenly, your small garden almost doubles, at least in appearance. It gives character, bounces light, and makes outdoor spaces feel more lively and intriguing. Before grabbing any moth-eaten frame, check that it's sturdy. Older windows may need a scrub and some weatherproof paint. Also, mirrors outside can confuse birds, so placement matters. Tuck your creation behind plants or near shaded areas to minimize any issues, and let your quirky touch shine through. Tree stumps, often overlooked, can serve as striking flower pedestals. Imagine the charm of bold sunflowers or trailing ivy lifted above the grass. Why toss those stumps? Give them new life. Just smooth the top and set potted blooms on them, instantly cozy backyard flair with almost zero cost. But be mindful, stumps can attract pests if neglected. Check for signs of rot before adding plants. Want an easy fix? Place a stone slab on the stump. This method keeps your flowers stable and your rustic setup practical for years. Why settle for ordinary when nature provides props for free? Old metal buckets, often dismissed as junk, can start a new life as charming herb planters. Hanging these buckets from fences or tree branches saves space and adds a storybook quality to your garden. Plus, the weathered look pairs perfectly with fragrant basil or thyme spilling over the edges. Practical bonus: drainage holes in the bottoms encourage healthy roots. These buckets are easy to move for changing sunlight, but be warned, they may rust further over time. That just deepens the rustic appeal. Don't have any buckets? Try flea markets or ask neighbors. Sometimes the best ideas come from yesterday's cast-offs. Old boots gathering dust in your closet can become eye-catching plant pots. Lining boots with a plastic bag keeps soil from leaking. It's cost-effective and gives your garden a touch of humor. The aged leather pairs beautifully with trailing flowers, creating a story with each step, literally. Sure, worn-out boots aren't built for drainage. Drill a few holes in the soles to help. Combine boots in clusters for extra oomph, or add them along paths. It's unconventional, yes, but that's half the fun. Give your flowers a new soul mate, and watch guests do a double take. Picture a rope-wrapped tire swing hanging between old oaks, the kind that whispers childhood stories with every slow sway. This is both decorative and functional. It oozes rustic charm, perfect for anyone who wants their garden to feel inviting. Reusing a weathered tire keeps costs low and supports sustainability. The swing's rope wrap doesn't just offer grip, it fends off splinters, making it safer for tiny hands or adult daydreamers alike. Still, periodic checks for wear matter. Natural rope may fray over time. With regular care, this simple piece can last and spark joy for years. Old barn wood practically begs for a second life. Give these weathered planks a makeover. Hand paint your favorite quotes right onto the wood. The cracks and faded grain only add charm. Why spend a fortune on store-bought signs when homemade brings both personality and savings to your garden nook? Let's be honest, your handwriting won't rival a typewriter, but that's the delight. Imperfect brushstrokes tell a story and feel warm, not stiff. Choose inspiring words that resonate, maybe a snarky saying or a gentle reminder. Just remember to seal the wood against rain. Otherwise, your wisdom might wash away. Twine-wrapped lanterns boost whimsy and old-world charm in a flash. Hang them from your lowest tree branches. They seem to float, catching every evening breeze. Candlelight glows through the twine, painting playful shadows on the ground. This idea works wonders at backyard dinners or quiet nights spent outside with family. There's a catch. Choose flame-safe containers or swap real candles for battery-powered options. Twine is flammable, after all. Nobody wants a barbecue with the fire truck as a guest. Still, the gentle glow turns a plain garden corner into an inviting nook. No expensive tools or skills required. Stacking old wooden crates creates instant shelving that oozes rural charm and gives tired garden corners new life. Drop in pots, store tools, or even line up lanterns for a magical touch. Why buy expensive units when a bit of creativity and a few screws do the job? Slatted sides let water drain away, but keep an eye on wood rot over the years. Untreated crates won't last forever. Try painting each crate in soft greens or creams for gentle color. This small effort gives your space storage, character, and a conversation starter, all with minimal fuss. Driftwood wind spinners catch the eye and make flower beds playful. Their weathered texture pairs well with colorful blooms, giving your garden true character. Want a project for the weekend? Fasten several driftwood pieces with sturdy fishing line, add a touch of paint, and hang from tree branches. Natural breeze keeps these spinners in motion, creating soothing movement. They invite conversation. Guests will ask, "Where did you get that?" But beware, quality fishing line matters, or you'll find stray driftwood on stormy days. Give these DIY spinners a solid anchor and let nature do the rest. An old bicycle leaning against a tree gains new life when draped with a basket overflowing with petunias or marigolds. This mix of metal and blooms creates instant charm. Guests might stop to snap a photo. Why toss that rusty bike when it could become the centerpiece of your garden? Consider seasonal swaps for added fun. Spring tulips, summer daisies, or autumn mums keep the look fresh. Secure the basket tightly, as strong winds could knock it down. Remember, this idea isn't for bike collectors. Scratches and fading add character, not value. Nothing says old country charm like a rusted iron trellis tangled with climbing roses. The contrast between weathered metal and soft blooms brings undeniable warmth to a backyard. Try planting old-fashioned rose varieties. They're more fragrant and hardier. Some gardeners even say a little rust adds nutrients to soil, nature's own fertilizer. Looking for low effort, high effect? Once established, climbing roses handle themselves with little fuss. Just remember, rusted iron may stain stone or wood nearby. Place your trellis where a bit of nature's patina adds character, not a headache. Why invest in new when history looks so good? Old milk cans bring character to gardens. Filled with bright flowers or cascading ivy, their weathered patina draws eyes and whispers stories of simpler times. Want a touch of authenticity? Place one near your front steps. Don't forget to drill drainage holes. Plants hate soggy roots more than we hate Mondays. Repurposing antique milk cans is budget-friendly and eco-conscious. Pick up cast-offs at flea markets or estate sales. Every dent and scratch is honest. For those concerned about rust, a clear outdoor sealant can help. Keep arrangements natural. Wildflowers and herbs play well with that time-worn metal. Hand-carved wooden birdhouses on tall poles create instant charm and attract feathered friends. Folks often choose cedar or reclaimed timber for a natural look. Maintenance is simple. Wipe them down and check for cracks. Want more birds? Place feeders nearby. But remember, high winds can topple these if bases aren't sturdy. Ever see a squirrel scramble up a shaky pole? That's half the comedy of rustic decor. Birds get a safe shelter, you get free entertainment. Make it a weekend project. Involve the kids. The little imperfections in each birdhouse just add personality, giving your garden a storybook vibe. Burlap-wrapped pots along stone pathways blend charm with practicality. The burlap's rough texture softens ceramic or plastic pots, echoing a rural vibe. These wraps shield pots from scuffing, making them last longer. Have a colorful mix of flowers in each pot for extra visual interest. Don't forget spacing. Place the pots at staggered intervals to reduce clutter and lead the eye naturally along the path. Water can seep through burlap, so check soil moisture more often. Burlap may fray, but replacing wraps is simple, and the rustic look only gets better with age. Repurposing old garden tools into a fence adds quirky charm while recycling clutter. That rusty shovel or battered rake suddenly tells a story. Friends might laugh, but plant lovers will see instant character added to any green patch. Do it right, and the fence doubles as art and conversation starter. Of course, not every old tool fits this theme. Sharp metal can be hazardous if children run wild. Secure each piece firmly and sand rough edges before installation. A mix of handles and heads breaks up monotony, layer heights for eye appeal. Sometimes imperfection is the best designer. A sun-bleached wood bench tucked under a shady tree brings instant character to any garden. The weathered wood creates a laid-back, welcoming mood that's hard to fake. Place it where the afternoon shade lingers. You'll craft a spot folks actually want to use, not just photograph. Maintenance is simple. Let nature handle most of the aging, occasionally brushing off debris or lightly sanding rough spots. Be honest. A little cracking or roughness only adds to the charm. Just check for major splinters before inviting Grandpa to sit. Furniture doesn't always stay pristine, but imperfect can be perfect here. Old tin watering cans make clever planters for succulents, offering both charm and practicality. They're simple to find at yard sales. Just add some soil, pop in your favorite hardy succulents, and place the can where sunlight streams in. Their aged look pairs perfectly with cottage-style spaces. One quick tip, make sure to drill some holes underneath for drainage. Otherwise, you risk soggy roots. This method isn't flawless. Small cans dry out quickly and may need more watering. Still, that's a tiny trade-off for such easygoing style and conversation-starting flair in your outdoor nook. Picture a simple hand-woven twig wreath. Now, add dried lavender, straw flowers, and tiny pine cones. This blend brings a cozy storybook look to any garden gate or wall. Such wreaths last longer than fresh ones and require no complicated upkeep. Just hang and enjoy. That's low-maintenance charm done right. But remember, exposure to constant rain or harsh sunlight may shorten their lifespan. Try hanging your wreath under an awning or on a sheltered door. Rotate the decorations every season for a fresh twist. Nature gives you plenty of affordable materials, so why not get creative? Bringing rustic charm into your garden doesn't require a manual or a deep pocket. Use old barrels as planters or hang chipped teacups for bird feeders. Isn't it amazing how simple items transform the space with character and whimsy? Start small, try weathered wood benches or vintage tools as accents. Each piece tells a story and makes your garden feel more inviting. Ready to roll up your sleeves? Start collecting. Nature and nostalgia work together. You just need to let them mingle.